Welcome to the MDS TV. I am the mad conservative crime fighter. A little bit of a change of pace. We were originally going to air IWA Unlimited in this episode of the MDS as we look at Derek Moss trying to get the crowd to scream their heads off when it comes through the curtain. We're originally going to show another episode of IWA Unlimited. That will be next week. We just taped several short interviews here in Raw and one very significant one at New Midwest. So we're going to show those interviews after this match. Jon Magnus, the New Midwest Central Illinois champion, retained it against the man who just had to transition to singles competition, one half of the Dudesons, Nate Knox, at New Midwest Reborn event. Apparently, Jonathan Magnus is taking on a new persona of sorts, calling himself the Legion. Ugh. We're going to interview Jon Magnus after this match, so we're going to get a little bit more detail about that. As for the Dudesons, Joey Bam Bam Hagelin is out of action with a trapezius muscle tear, so Nate Knox had to go alone against Jonathan Magnus. He was not successful in taking the title from him. Some other surprises that happened at New Midwest Wrestling Reborn. Blade Harker Dirge made his first appearance, won his match, then later ran out and attacked Dan the Man, throwing a fireball in his face, and he wants his he wants that New Midwest title off the waist of Dan the Man and around his waist. Blade Harker Dirge is the latest member of the Sovereign. Meanwhile, Spencer Powers is still injured with a torn ligament in his knee. Guy Smith donned a mask, calling himself the Blue Ghost, did not opt to request a Singles Glory contract or even an interim Singles Glory contract. He's still under tag team competition. Of course, there was that big match between the Hooligans and Zero Gravity, and Zero Gravity, I guess CJ Esparza is still very bothered. Or still bothered. Wait a minute. Jon Magnus said something, and then Derek Moss turned his back and he attacked him. CJ Esparza was still bothered by losing to Brett Kikit in November Rain in a singles match. Magnus Irish whip, pick up, side slam. Alright, this weekend, Dreamwave returns to LaSalle, Peru at the Knights of Columbus Hall for season premiere, the big main event. Christian Rose will be challenging Nick Brubaker for the Dreamwave Heavyweight title. That's the big main event. We'll be up there to check out action from that event. That is on February the 2nd. The other major event nearby, Alton, Illinois, St. Louis Anarchy, Knights of Columbus Hall in Alton on Friday, February the 1st. And event information will be scrolling across the bottom of the screen a little bit later on. In fact, our first break, we will be doing a rundown of all the area shows this weekend and next weekend. Jon Magnus stomping away on Eric, or the tag partner of Eric Logan, Derek Moss. The crew apparently still reacting to the mysterious Italian music, and they have proceeded to lose, or let's say, proceeded to watch the Italian Job for the 3rd time in a row. They've lost every match they've had as a tag team ever since they started reacting to Italian music, and they say they're taking orders from someone, but we don't know who that someone is. No idea whatsoever. Derek Moss was left laying by his partner Eric Logan after losing to 7 Bloodlines, getting themselves disqualified. They've gotten themselves disqualified twice and basically threw away a match they won, and Jon Magnus is trying to climb the ropes. Oh, fallaway slam off the bottom rope. Magnus was thinking, I wonder if Magnus was thinking of going higher with that fallaway slam.
Come on, Derek, you're better than this.
Derek Moss, his nose is bleeding. Derek Moss has got nothing going in this match so far. And I can't believe Derek Moss has got no offense in whatsoever, and look at that! Swinging full Nelson slam! Ugh. Can't believe it. Jonathan Magnus, victorious in a squash over Derek Moss. Derek Moss has not been able, he's been kind of in the doldrums of late, not winning very often, if at all. And Jonathan Magnus wins his debut match at Pro Wrestling Glory in some shockingly easy fashion. Well, we're going to go through the schedule of events happening this weekend and next weekend. We have interviews with Jonathan Magnus, the PS Express, Serenity, Matt Boston, and Sugar Dunkerton, and Eric Epic. Stay tuned. They're coming up next. Talking with Jon Magnus, the Central Illinois champion in New Midwest Wrestling, and suddenly you're the only title holder left in the Sovereign. Will you be, I guess,
considered the new leader of the Sovereign since you're the only champion.
You know, I don't know if it's really a leadership thing we're worried about. I know this took us all by surprise, certainly me. I wasn't surprised to keep my title at all. It's November Rain, that's where I come to shine. I've never lost at that show, and I don't ever plan on losing at that show. So walking out with my title was no surprise whatsoever. But my boys kind of, I don't want to say dropping the ball, I don't like to lay blame. Everybody's got bad nights here and then. This is not a hitch in the road. This is not a dissemination of any kind. This was simply an event that happened. Some things went wrong. We're going to come back strong. We're going to get those titles back in our grasp. Everything is fine. Have no fear.
Would you be wanting to take the first shot at Dan the Man, being that he's the new champion? He beat you for the title for like 2 minutes, and then you got him back by tricking him.
Dan the Man has never beaten me for a title. Dan the Man happened into a lucky non-title victory against me. I have beaten Dan the Man every time I have faced him when anything was on the line. Do I want the first shot at Dan the Man? I want the first. I want the second if I don't get the first. I want the third if I don't get those two. Any shot I get at Dan the Man, because again, it's a proven track record right there. When something is on the line, I take Dan the Man down. So do I want that belt back? Absolutely. If Tommy Arson couldn't hold on to it, that's unfortunate, but if Sovereign needs to keep it, I'll be the one to bring it back home. Just give me that chance and I'll take it.
So you would take, do you think you should get the shot before, let's say, Tom Arson, your colleague?
You know, I don't really know how they do the standings there. I know if it comes down to a matter of choice, am I going to take mine over my buddies? I think he'll understand when the game's on the line, we know where we've got to be. So we're in it with each other. We're in it for ourselves. So if I get a title shot, I think he's going to understand. If he gets the title shot, I think I'm going to understand. But if I had to choose between me and him, yeah, I'll take it myself, obviously.
For quite a long time, you've been just wrestling for New Midwest. Finally, you've been branching out a little bit. Other promotions in Central Illinois. You're here in Pro Wrestling Glory. You're now being called, say it, because I don't remember.
The Legion.
The Legion. What's the Legion all about?
You know, it's just an idea I've been expanding on, the fact that I've always taken wrestling very seriously as a competition. I'm starting to understand really the business nuances of it, how it really works, how one really makes money doing it, how advertising goes, how sponsors go, all that sort of thing. So what I'm doing is looking to expand my horizon, to get out in front of more people, because that's what the people with the money look for. They look for people who can get your name into houses and stuff like that. So I'm out expanding my coverage ground. I'm looking for newer, better places to wrestle. Whether I'm finding that here in Glory, it's still kind of on the fence. You know, I'm looking around at some of this stuff. I saw some bright signs. I saw some dark signs. I came out last month. And I won't say I was terribly impressed with what I saw. I'll save the rest of that for tonight's show, because I do have a very special announcement to make out there. But yeah, expansion is definitely on the horizon for Jonathan Magnus.
Any other goals for the year?
More titles, more sponsors, more victories, same as every year.
All right, Jon Magnus, thank you very much.
It's your pleasure.
Coming in March 2013, it's the 6th annual MBS Awards. We're back on the road this year to honor the Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team, Most Popular, Most Hated, the Gold Microphone, Referee, Manager, Feud, Match of the Year, and to make inductions into the Central Illinois Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Nominations are now open. Visit CentralIllinoisProWrestling.com right now for all the information you need to honor the best in Central Illinois Pro Wrestling. Catch the Nosebleed Seats TV on demand anytime. Just go to stlwc.lip.tv, select your episode, watch and enjoy the show. The MBS TV on stlwc.lip.tv. The newest tag team and local area wrestling coverage has arrived. The St. Louis wrestling community, covering downstate Illinois and Missouri for the past 5 years, teams up with the new Central Illinois Pro Wrestling.com, presented by the Nosebleed Seats. They bring you the latest news and information, schedule of events, interviews, and wrestling action. Check it out now at CentralIllinoisProWrestling.com and STLWrestling.LiveJournal.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the #1 tag team in Central Illinois Pro Wrestling. A consensus of wrestlers, promoters, and fans voted the PS Express the new Midwest Tag Team Champions #1. First time ever they've debuted at the #1 spot. Your thoughts?
Go ahead.
Oh, my thoughts. Let's see. We've been voted #1 tag team in the state by everybody. My thoughts?
Everyone.
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
You know, my thoughts, we've been the #1 tag team in the state since we debuted. It only took one match for everyone to see who the #1 tag team is. One match.
That's right. It only took one match for the PS Express to come out and show everybody who the greatest tag team in the state is. And we're going to hold on to them tag team titles way longer than Attitude Inc. They had them for 2 years. We're going to have them for the entire rest of the existence of New Midwest Wrestling. And then after that's done, we're going everywhere and we're taking everybody's belts.
Yep, what you see right now, it's not going to change a bit. We are the future of tag team wrestling. We are going to hold the #1 spot for the rest of eternity until we feel like giving it to somebody else because we're just sick of it.
And I'm pretty selfish and I don't like to give things away, so...
Swagger coach out.
Well, I do have one thing to ask you. Things have greatly changed in the New Midwest Tag Division. It used to be Attitude Inc. was in an environment where they were the big fish in a small pond. Now, it seems all the top tag teams have suddenly congregated in New Midwest. Zero Gravity, KYB, the Hooligans, the New Millennia, and a few others that are fairly new.
I'll cut you off right there. See, all those tag teams decided to go ahead and come to New Midwest because they heard about us. It didn't take very long at all. I think 2 months and everybody's like, we want those guys. We want the best. Everybody wants the best. They can keep coming all they want. That's right.
You know, I think I've had enough of this.
That sounds good.
We'll get back in the ring.
Let's go.
We're speaking with a 2012 Diamond in the Rough Award winner, Serenity. Now going by more than just Serenity, she wants to be known as Bree Allison. You've been away for several months, and the type of return match you are coming back to is inside of a steel cage. How did you land that?
Well, you know, I actually have had one steel cage match prior to this, so I do have a little bit more experience in the matter than one Angela Slanewood. So I don't think it's going to be in her best interest to get in that cage with me, but whatever happens, happens. That's all I can say.
What are your goals for 2013?
I plan to make a big return. I want to start doing a lot more matches than I am now. I definitely am not happy that I have been out for some time, and so I definitely am excited to get back in there and show what I am made of. That's for sure.
Do you think you'll make the Shimmer roster this year?
It's a possibility. I'm working on it.
You're working on it?
I can see it happening.
If you had to nominate somebody for Diamond in the Rough because you can't win it twice, who do you think should be the Diamond in the Rough?
For women?
Well, for 2013. This year, yep.
I'm going to say Thunder Kitty.
Thunder Kitty.
I like Thunder Kitty, and I see her making a big roar within the next year or so. So she did really good in 2012, and I think she has it in her to just kill it in 2013. So.
Is there anybody you really, really want to match with that you haven't had? And it could be a woman, it could be a man. Although you haven't wrestled very many men of late, you've wrestled quite a number of them.
It really doesn't matter. I am up to a new challenge with anybody. I love working with new people. I love, showing that I can do this with some people. So get me in the ring with whoever. I am so ready to just get in there again. So bring me anybody. I'm happy with anybody.
All right.
Ready to make a big return.
Bree Allison, she's back.
With a vengeance.
Definitely.
You'll see.
All right, good luck. We're talking with Matt Boston, formerly known as the Freshman. Now he's known as the Man, and you've been away several years, and you're trying to get reestablished in as a wrestler in Central Illinois. What brought you back?
Unfinished business, Steven. I didn't get to leave on my terms. In fact, I broke my foot. I got 9 screws in a plate. I tried to come back a little early. It was still hurting. Wasn't working out, so I decided to hit the gym, get in better best shape of my life now, man. So that's what brings me back, just unfinished business. I mean, this is something I love, and it's a lot of new talent. There's a lot of new talent today, so I'm pretty excited about, you know, holding them down and showing them who the man is.
And one of the obstacles in getting back in the ring, basically finding a promotion that would use you and break you back in the ring to work off the ring rust. You did have a match at like PWE, for instance, that did not turn out as well as it should have, mainly because they just threw you in the ring with only like 2 minutes notice or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I appreciate you acknowledging that. I mean, you know, I go to the show to be a fan and basically scout talent, and they asked me to be in a match, and truth be told, I mean, my music didn't play, I didn't have my shoes tied, and we were out to go. I just wasn't ready. It was a wake-up call, and you know, I appreciate that Pro Wrestling Glory has allowed me the opportunity here to you know, come through and show the skill set that I do have, and give me an opportunity to do what I do best, which of course, and you know, Stevens, hold people down. That's what I do.
Now, back then, you pretty much were the smallest guy almost every time. Now there's several wrestlers that are your size: Perry Winkle, Brett Kakia, CJ Esparza, and the guy you're facing tonight, Dan the Man.
You know, Steven, I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of them guys work, and you're right. We're all about the same size, and I figured, you know, I need to. I don't know how to say it. I need to pick my opponents wisely. And one thing I noticed is there just seems to be another guy that claims to be the man, and we all know there can only be one. And so Dan the Man is the one I've chosen first, and basically I've chosen to make his life miserable until he either quits, retires, or shuts my mouth, which we know won't happen. So not too worried about it.
I don't think you think you're going to get him to retire, but he's had some really brutal matches. He got thrown off the top of the bleachers and survived. He now's got 2 title belts around his waist.
I wouldn't say he's going to retire per se, but he can go other places that I won't be. Because when I'm in the building, I'm going to be the man that people want to see. And that's just a fact that he's going to have to face, even if I have to prove it to him.
And not to mention, he has only 1 functioning lung in his body.
Yeah, I heard that. I did not know that. So I don't have much to say with that. I'll beat that lung just like I would the... And if he had 2, 1, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, my job is to pin him for a 3 count and show Central Illinois who the real man is.
All right, Matt Boston, thank you for talking to us.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing a new tag team to the Central Illinois region. Sugar Dunkerton on the left and Aaron Epic on the right. What brings you to Central Illinois?
All right, well, Central Illinois is a nice area. The weather's not too bad. And they have this weird thing, it's wrestling. Wrestling's in Central Illinois. And New Midwest Wrestling, which we kind of debuted tonight and didn't like the outcome, so we'll definitely be back.
No, but don't call it a debut, because, you know, we do our thing at Resistance Pro as well. And we also went ahead at Serenity Pro. That's actually where we got our feet wet as far as it goes in the Midwest. And I will continue to come out here as long as they have steak and shakes.
Steak and shakes are good.
You know, and as long as they keep doing that, we're here.
And they have liquor actually in gas stations, which they don't have in Florida, which is fantastic.
Way to sound like an alcoholic. Okay, but all I'm saying is steak and shakes, make it happen. Bookers, you know, our booking fee is very negotiable if you got steak and shake coupons. Okay? Very negotiable.
Steak and Shake, Quaker Steak, Shake and Bake.
Shake and bake.
Oh, you see this face, man. Heaven.
Where are you from?
I'm currently based out of Orlando, Florida, so this is a little bit of a haul, but I think that me and this guy are very, very used to traveling long distances for good bookings.
I am in Augusta, Georgia. Sir, I'm gone with the wind. Gone in the head. Dark Gable. Yep.
Who were your original trainers?
I'll let you say. It's my
when I first, seriously, it is. When I first started, unfortunately, like my first initial training was very bad. I have no problem admitting that. I don't even like to admit who my original trainers were at first. I don't want to embarrass them.
Or your primary trainers. It doesn't matter. Who made you what you are today?
What I am. Yes, that's a great question. Jeremy Vane, shout out APW. Murder One, shout out Rampage Pro Wrestling. David Raines, very unknown guy in the Georgia area, who really took his time to sit down with me and teach me the details of the business. I love you, bro. You gave me a career. And then I found out more on the road with further teachings from Mike Quackenbush and the like and everything to that.
I was trained by the current NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Tokyo Monster Kahagas.
And he's wrestled in these parts before.
Yes, and he beats the heck out of people. And that's what he did to me for about 9 months before I even had my first match. So there was him. I also have training with the Shaw of ECW, Hack Myers, Jamie Howard. Most of you people know him as Jamie Noble, and Maverick Matt Bentley, also known as Michael Shane, back in TNA days.
Name dropper.
Damn right I am.
So what are your future goals? What do you hope to accomplish in the Central Illinois region?
Well,
money, yeah.
Oh, come on,
money, yeah.
We are independent wrestlers.
Sorry.
There is no money, yeah. But no, in all seriousness, really, we whether it be Central Illinois or anywhere, we want to be considered the best of the best as far as tag teams that you're talking about. Right now, we're proud to be able to say we're the Serenity Pro Tag Team Champions at the moment. And we're also the Resistance Pro, first ever Tag Team Champions right now.
And we are the Beyond Wrestling Intergalactic, International,
Tag Team Champions of the universe.
Tag Team Champions of the universe.
And I mean, we want to keep collecting titles. We want to be, when people think of tag wrestling, we want to bring hope back to the artist not dead. Like, you know, we're carrying it on our backs. So, and we've got the right canvas to be able to make it happen. So just watch us paint in the ring. We're making art every day, every moment, every move, every detail. And we love it. And we like to pour that out every match that we do.
What is your highest profile upcoming booking in the next few weeks?
National Pro Wrestling Day, February 2nd, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, representing Beyond Wrestling, defending the Resistance Pro Tag Team titles against Chris Dickinson and Eric Corbis.
Beyond Wrestling is probably the biggest wrestling movement that not enough people know about. YouTube.com/Beyond Wrestling, www.lookmannofans. Shout out to Young Cordeezy. I know he's loving all this plugging right now. But in all seriousness, we intend to, on a card that's got Ring of Honor guys, Chikara, everything to that effect, we want to steal the show right out from under. I'm considered a Chikara guy, before most people know, but like Beyond it has a real heart with me. That's wrestling at its purest form. And we're going to go out there, we're going to do our thing, and we're going to steal the show. And if we don't, it's not going to be from lack of trying. It's going to be definitely worth your time to be out there.
Where can promoters go to contact you if they want to bring in Sugar and Epic?
Well, being that he's pretty much this one who takes care of all that, you could go to @sugardunkerton.com.
How you gonna plug my stuff?
Because very simple, you're the one who handles all this.
@sugardunkerton.com on Twitter. Sweet Sugar Dunkerton on Facebook.com. SugarDunkerton Bro@gmail.com. I do accept booking requests for me, Epic, both of us. Marriage requests, complaints. Anything to that effect, you know, I'll take all of it. I just like getting email. And it's sugardunkerton.tumblr.com. Jump on it. That's my personal blog. You'll find some fun stuff.
And I'm just gonna plug my Twitter, Aaron Epic Pro. There you go. Have fun.
I mean, some promoters would say it's wrong to shamelessly promote yourself, but we're gonna go against the grain on that. I mean, his name may rhyme with Abe Popolski, but like, it's cool. We're gonna plug it. You know, it's all good. It's all good.
Last question, what does KOA stand for?
Oh, that's really funny, because KOA stands for...
Don't ask me. It just sounds cool. Don't forget the hashtag.